What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today I've got some new Sideshow collectible figures to show you from their G.I. Joe line. This is the Desert Cobra Officer and the Desert Cobra Sniper figures. And I've actually had the Cobra Officer since March, and I've been waiting to get a hold of the Sniper so I could review them together. But this one, the Sniper, is a lot harder to get than I realized, so I didn't get him until July. So it took me a while to get him, but I'm glad to finally have them both. And let's take a look at these boxes. So, beautiful artwork as always. I love these G.I. Joe boxes. These guys look awesome. I love the desert uniforms. Some more cool pictures here. And then the back, a lot more pictures. And I just got Dusty back in July as well, so I'll be reviewing him in the coming months. Not really much inside, just some extra hand sculpts here and gear loadout and all that good stuff. So not much to see there. So yeah, beautiful boxes as always from Sideshow. And let's take a look at the figures now. Alright guys, here they are. This is a really awesome duo. Like I said, the desert uniforms are really awesome and very nicely detailed. I love the weapons they come with, and yeah, I just think they look really good. I like them better than the regular blue Cobra soldiers. The desert uniforms just really look good. Alright, well, let's take a look at the officer first. So I'm going to put the Sniper to the side here, and let's take a look at him first here. So he's pretty much identical to the blue Cobra Officer. There's some slight differences here. Obviously, the biggest difference is he's got the desert uniform, and everything is desert here. So, but he's also got goggles, so that's new, or I should say different from the blue Cobra Officer. But other than that, his weapon loadout is identical. So here's his weapon. He's got AK-74, and I've got the suppressor on it. That looks really nice, and he holds it very well in his hands. So here it is up close. We've got a nice scope on it and folding stock. And there's the suppressor. Very nice paint on that. Looks all dusty. And then magazine, of course, comes out. Alright, so good looking weapon. And then, of course, he's got his sidearm. A nice pistol. And there he is holding it. Alright, so those are his weapons. And let's take a look at the head sculpt and the helmet here. So I really like the addition of the goggles. It looks fantastic. Anytime a figure has goggles on their helmet, it just makes them that much cooler, in my opinion. And yeah, the goggles really add to this figure. And these are really nice. And the helmet is very nicely detailed. There's a lot of dirt and dust painted on there, and it's chipped in certain areas, which is great detailing. And then we've got the black triangle here to indicate his rank as an officer, I guess. So this is really nice. And then here's the head. So he's got the red mask that you can pull down. And this is identical to the blue Cobra officer. It would have been nice if they had done a totally new expression for this one, so they're not twins. So that's my one complaint. But it doesn't bother me too much, honestly. Alright, and then as for gear, he's got a good amount of stuff here. So we've got his, on his belt, he's got 4 pouches here for extra magazines. And they provide you with a ton of magazines, which I always appreciate. Sideshow does a good job with giving you plenty of magazines for those pouches. And then in the back, he's got 2 canteens, which he will definitely need out in the desert. And then here's his bayonet with the scabbard, and then this bag in the back, nothing inside of that. Got his holster, and then the uniform. So on his collar, he's got his officer insignia there, and then the bright red Cobra symbols here, also on his sleeve. Really nice gloved hands. And love those knee pads. And then the boots. Alright, so that is the Cobra Desert Officer. Let's take a look at the sniper now. Alright, here's the sniper. And this one's definitely my favorite of the two. I really love how he looks, and I love the black mask as opposed to the red. I just think that looks a lot better with the desert uniform. And also, obviously the sniper is a huge highlight for this figure. So this one's definitely the cooler of the two, in my opinion. Now he is pretty much identical to the other Cobra sniper, the one that has the black uniform. Once again, the only difference here is obviously he's got the desert uniform, he's got the goggles, but other than that, he's pretty much identical as far as the loadout goes, and also the head sculpt. But let's take a look at this awesome sniper rifle. They did a great job with the camouflage on it, and he holds it pretty well in his hands. You can get some pretty cool poses, although it is a little tricky to get the poses done just right because of how large this sniper rifle is. But it's really cool, and yeah, I love that camouflage. So here it is up close. We've got folding stock, and of course the magazine comes out. Very nice scope. Alright, so a beautiful weapon. And then he comes with the same sidearm as the officer. All of these Cobra troops come with the same sidearm. But there he is holding it, in case you wanted to see. Alright, so here's the head sculpt. And as I said, I just love the contrast here with the black mask and the tan helmet. I think that looks phenomenal. And then you put on the goggles on top and it looks even cooler. So, same goggles as the officer. And then his helmet is the same as well. He's also got the black triangle. I guess the snipers also have that symbol. And here's the head sculpt. It's identical to the other Cobra sniper. Once again, I wish they had done a brand new sculpt, but I understand why they would want to keep it the same. These troops are kind of generic, so it makes sense they would have very generic head sculpts. But it still looks good, and it doesn't bother me too much, like I said. So, alright, well, his gear loadout is pretty much the same. Obviously, the differences are his pouches are different because he's got the sniper rifle, but they do provide you with magazines for each pouch as well, so that's nice. He's also got his bayonet, 2 canteens, and then the bag. And we've got knee pads on him as well, and the boots. And on his collar, he's got the Cobra insignia there. Alright, well, I believe that's everything to show for these 2 figures. So, yeah, I'm really happy with these guys. I think they look awesome on display, and yeah, very happy to finally get this sniper. Like I said, he was a lot harder to track down than I thought he was going to be, but for some reason this one is very tricky to find as opposed to some of the other basic Cobra troops. And there is actually an environment that Sideshow made. It's like a desert outpost, and I haven't seen it for sale yet, but I would like to get it at some point. I know they're ridiculously expensive, but I've seen pictures of it with the figures displayed on it, and it looks really awesome. So I think that would be a great diorama piece for these figures, especially with Dusty. Get all 3 of them together, and that would look really awesome. Alright guys, well, I definitely would recommend getting these figures. They're really cool, and I paid, I think, around $130 for the officer, so he's definitely easier to get a hold of, and then I paid $200 for the sniper, so you're going to pay more for the sniper because he is difficult to track down. But hope you guys enjoyed the review. Thanks a lot for watching. Lastly, before I forget, they do come with stands, of course, and what's really cool about these stands is they've got this sand, and you can actually take this off if you don't like it, and then it's just a normal stand underneath. But I thought that was a cool detail to make it look like they're out in the desert. Alright guys, well, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you next time.